Hi everyone, it's Miss Jessica from the Levittown Public Library. I'm here today to show you how to do a quick and easy craft that's great for all ages, and it will be a fun way for you and your families to pass the time. All you need is some paper, maybe a ruler, and possibly a pair of scissors. Well, definitely a pair of scissors. We're going to make origami lucky stars, also called wishing stars. So let's get right to it. So now I have here special papers that I bought a few years ago just to make these stars. I think I ordered them online, but you don't have to worry about that. Any regular computer paper that you have at home will work. And this is awesome if you have younger kids in the family who can practice their cutting skills. So you want the paper to be about 13 inches long by about 1 inch wide. And I actually figured out that it's about the same size and width as a popsicle stick. So it's about the same width as a popsicle stick times 2. So if you go down, so it's about the length of 2 popsicle sticks and the width of 1. So if you have any of these laying around for crafting, or like me, if you had a popsicle, like a fudgesicle, you might have the leftover sticks. This is a good marker. So younger kids maybe can trace it using computer paper. I haven't tried it with construction paper because I don't have any at home. I did try it with scrapbooking paper, and unfortunately, for me at least, it was a little too stiff to fold into to make the points for the star. So that did not work. So I would recommend using basic computer paper if you have it, or you can try construction paper, but I'm not sure how that will work. So once you have your strip of paper traced and cut out, we're going to pick it up, and we're going to start by making a knot at the top, like so. And you're going to push it through a little bit. Now you don't want to fold it down too much because you don't want it to be stiff for when we fold it in to make the corners. Then this little piece that's hanging through, we're going to fold this into the pocket like that. Then you're going to have a little bit of overhang. You might have a lot of overhang depending upon where your knot ended up. Something this small, I think I'm just going to leave and let it fold in. But if it's longer, you can just tear off the tip, or you can use your scissor to cut the end of it. So once we have it, it's going to look a little bit like this. I'm going to turn it over, and it's super simple. We're just going to start folding. I don't really have a great rhyme or reason for how I fold. I feel like the paper kind of knows which direction it wants to go in. So you're going to just keep folding it towards the sides. So we can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a nice little pentagon. So we're going to keep going around and around until we get all the way over. Then once we can't fold it anymore, we're going to take this paper and we're going to put this through this little pocket like so. And then for this extra, I would say that we should probably cut it off just a little so that we don't have too much hanging. Okay, and now's the fun part. I happen to have kind of long fingernails, so I think that's going to help me out. But if not, maybe you guys can use that popsicle if you need to sort of bend it in and fold it. But now we're going to go side by side, and we're going to start bending it in or pushing it in to make some points. And it's going to become a cute little puffy star if we did everything right. And I should say that I am obviously not an expert at this. It's just something that I like to do to keep my hands busy, since I can't crochet, knit, or sew. I am not talented in that way. And like anything else, the more you do it, the better you'll get. You just have to keep practicing, and maybe you'll find your own method for how to do things. So if you feel like the paper is coming out too much, you can always grab a little bit of tape and tape down any excess that's coming out. Oh, fell right out of my hand. And then you should end up with a puffy, lucky wishing star like this. And a fun tip too is if you are using plain computer paper, I'd recommend grabbing some crayons or some magic markers, make your own designs, especially since it looks like the scrapbooking paper might be too thick. So that's a fun way to get some color and design in there. Maybe you can practice writing your name, writing your letters, your numbers. And then the more colorful they are, you can maybe put them into a vase or a bowl and display them in your house. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tutorial and you'll start making your own lucky wishing stars at home. If you do, feel free to snap a photo and send them to us. I would love to see all of your creations. All right, see you soon. Bye.